Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sunshine Zee, and if it's your first time here, you are welcome. And please do check out the other content that is on the channel. And if you like it and if you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing, and if you could share it, I would really appreciate that. And if you are a subscriber to this channel, I hope that you are doing well. Do let me know how you're doing in the comments, and as always, I truly appreciate you. It's good to have you here. But honestly, I really appreciate the support, the views and everything. I cannot express enough just how much I appreciate it. But let's get into today's video. I am still busy with my unpopular opinion series, and today we're going to be talking about social media. What a broad thing to try and talk about, but I'm only going to be talking about a certain aspect that how do I put it? I'm not sure how to put it, but I don't think a lot of people are aware of this aspect of social media, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. But before I get into that, I just want to acknowledge that, you know, social media is something that most of us enjoy and we have it and we participate. However, it can be toxic, and especially just distorting in the sense that you know what we see, and if you watch a lot of these kinds of videos that talk about, you know, what we've become, you know, in terms of what we see on social media versus reality, it's two totally different things, and this really can affect our mental health. I think it actually does, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. But a lot of us have this problem where we are constantly comparing ourselves with the images or the lives that we see of other people online, people that we don't even know half the time. You know, it's the craziest thing. But I just wanted to give 3 main tips that I think can help in your approach to social media. You might already know this, but I just wanted to make sure that I share these with you. And the first tip is to curate your content. Curate the content that you see on your timeline. Right, so we all know that there's algorithms involved, you know, even on YouTube, right? So if you are following YouTube channels that are about cooking, YouTube will only show you, even when it recommends channels, it will recommend channels that are mainly about cooking. So that's what I mean by curate the content. Even on Instagram, it depends. Who do you follow? Don't follow people that you don't like. I don't get that. Why would you follow somebody that you don't like? Or sometimes it's not even a matter of you don't like them, but maybe it triggers you in some way. Especially because, let's be honest, there are some content creators that are, and I don't think it's I don't know how to explain this, but I don't think it's coming from a bad place. I think that's just how social media is that people are constantly sharing perfect pictures, and perhaps those perfect pictures are triggering you in some way. Then you don't have to follow that person, you know, because I think that sometimes that's why people end up sending other people mean comments or DMs and things like that. It's because you really maybe don't appreciate the content that they are sharing with you. Maybe it triggers something, maybe it makes you angry for whatever reason. You know, we all have our issues or whatever, but if it's generating or invoking some kind of negative emotion in you, then stop following it. Same thing on Facebook. And what I like about actually Facebook is that you can be friends with somebody, but you don't have to follow them. I don't know if you knew that. You can be connected to that person, so you're friends, but there's a button there that says do not follow. So if that person is sharing content, because I think Facebook does get a little bit messy sometimes, and the thing is with Facebook, it's like family. your family members. So sometimes it's not easy to like block and disconnect. But you know, and people do share all sorts of things on there. And you know, for me personally, some people who like, for example, share like graphic images, and I've tried to address it and they still continue. I've just stopped following them. So we're still friends, but I don't follow them. So I curate my timeline, even on Twitter. Curate your timeline. If you feel that there's a certain person, true story on my side, there's a certain person that I found to be complaining all the time, and I was like, hey, you know, although Twitter in general is a little messy, but you know, then I said, you know what, I don't like this person's use of words such as I hate it here. Guys, where's that coming from? Like, I'm a little concerned with how people will be like, I hate it here, I hate it here. I understand that we have a lot of problems on earth or in our country or just wherever you are. Maybe there's like a lot of problems or just like a lot of crime, all of these things, and they are heartbreaking things, and all of us feel some level of frustration, you know, in regards to what's being done, the legal system, all of these things. We all have issues, right? But I don't know what is up with this I hate it here. Those kind of people, I don't follow that kind of content, because not only is it negative, but I don't know, there's just something about that that's, I don't know, a little concerning for me. Because the thing is, the more you see such things, the more you might start adopting that language. So anyways, let me not make this video too long. So the first thing, as I said, is that you can curate the content you want to see. Second tip, take breaks. Take breaks whenever, however you feel like you want to take a break, take a break. Also, people might shame you for taking breaks. It's happened to me many times. I normally take breaks from WhatsApp. I think I must just do a whole video about WhatsApp, but I feel like that's gonna be like such a negative video. I like that app so much. Anyways, I've got like sort of like a love-hate relationship with that. But I take breaks. I take social media breaks, and people will shame you, not directly. They won't be like, I don't know, not in a direct sense, but people will be like, we never know whether you on or off. And they don't realize that you are not entitled to me being available to you, whether it be on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, even here on YouTube. You are not entitled to me uploading videos. Yes, I committed to saying, okay, I'm going to try and upload videos as regularly as I can, in terms of weekly or monthly. You know, normally YouTubers will say, okay, I upload every Sunday or whatever. But if they don't upload on a Sunday, they didn't upload on a Sunday, guys. We have lives, okay, to live, and we don't even have to give reason, you know. And I know we normally try and give reason to say, okay, I'm sorry I didn't upload, but you're not entitled to it, you know. So don't feel such a level of entitlement that if somebody's not posting on social media, you go and attack them. There's a thin line between you being concerned about them, and I think being concerned, you know, can be conveyed as, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I see you haven't been posting your videos, but I do hope everything is well. Something like that. Don't DM somebody and say, hi, where's the video? I haven't seen the video. Hey, well, guys, stop being entitled to people's time. Yes, we are on social media, but you have no right to tell people when to upload or not to upload. And it's actually in line with what I'm going to say later on. But yeah, the second tip is take breaks, as many as you can. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, take a break. Tip number 3, block. Block or delete. Block people that maybe are just in your space, people that don't understand boundaries. As mentioned in my previous point, some people can be really mean, some people can be entitled, some people can just be, you know, maybe just constantly aggressive or just inappropriate. Block, delete those people, whatever you need to do. And if it's the entire like platform, such as Twitter, block it, guys. If it's causing you your peace, delete, block. Don't even feel the need to explain it to anyone. And I think that's why people make fun of people who are like, oh, I'm gonna delete this, or I'm gonna don't even discuss it with anyone. If you want to block people or you want to delete them, do it. End of story. Okay, so let's get into what I wanted to talk about. My unpopular opinion today will be focused on not just social media, but will be, you know, going into especially YouTube, right? I'm going to speak in the context of YouTube channels, right? And my issue is that it's something that you might not notice. So actually, I do hope that it doesn't come across as, I do hope that you don't see things, you will see things differently. But I hope it's not in a bad way, because I don't think all content creators, especially on YouTube, are doing this deliberately. I think most of them do it, but it's not deliberate. Let me try to explain. I feel like I might not be able to articulate this as well as I would like to, but I'm gonna try. So I feel that there's certain content creators who create a false sense of community. What do I mean by a false sense of community? I feel that sometimes we are being sold something that is not exactly there. Right? And guys, mind you, I follow a lot of YouTube channels. I'm a supporter of so many channels, and a lot of them, honestly, I think they're good fun. And I think my experience with especially what the people I would call my faves on YouTube, and I follow them even on Instagram, you know, like my experience with them has been genuine. Like, so for example, most YouTube channels have like a nickname for, is it a nickname? But like they have a name for their subscribers. And actually Sunflower asked me about this in our video, in our collab video. I will attach the card here somewhere, where she asked me, what do you call your subscribers? And I was like, I don't have a name yet, but I have an explanation. So this is the explanation. And the explanation is that I've been really sort of avoiding that somewhat, because I'm very conscious of the fact that I don't want to sell something that I can't be able to deliver on. What do I mean? I mean that, so let's say you have a channel and the channel is, I don't know, whatever it is, right? And then you call your subscribers, I don't know, angels, right? So you're like, hi angels, every video that you do, hi angels, hi angels. Now the thing is, on a psychological level, that does create a sense of, oh, I'm an angel now. So even when I'm subscribing because I want to be an angel, right? Because if I'm not a subscriber, then I'm not an angel, right? So now I subscribe and now I'm an angel, and this person, and as I said, you know, the most popular thing that people say about social media is that it's so fake, but I don't really actually believe that it's so much about fakeness, because guys, you know that I don't look like this every day. You know I don't wake up like this. I know Beyonce told you we wake up like this, but you know I don't wake up like this. You know I'm not always in a a happy mood. I am though. But I'm just saying, I think that especially as adults, we should know better. But yes, sometimes people do push the perfection narrative, right? But I think honestly, when a person is sharing, let's say like their breakfast and it's so perfect, or their, I don't know, evening routine, I think we all know that that's the day that they set up the camera nicely. They made sure that that day their shower or their bathtub is extra, you know, like they curated that, guys. It's all curated. I really believe that we all know this, but if you don't, that's the truth, right? So we're not always like this, right? So now once a week the person comes, hi angels, and you know they're like me, they're so nice, and you know they like I'm saying, they make you feel part of this community and all of that. And then you bump into me on a Saturday at the mall, and first of all, you will recognize me, but remember, I don't recognize you, right? You, okay, not in this channel, in my other channel. By the way, I do have another channel, guys, to check it out. I'll put the card over there. I've been putting the card in, I think the past 3 or 4 videos I've been putting the card. I hope some of you have clicked on it. It's my vlog channel, right? But you know how in most channels people will do a get to know me tag, right? So people share about themselves. So if I start sharing about myself and I tell you all of these things about me, and you know, even in my vlog channel, for example, you'll see in one of the vlogs, you'll see my nephew, right? Now you know me, you know my nephew, and there we are at the mall. It's me and my nephew. You're excited to see us, but we don't know who you are. Right? And perhaps it's not a particularly good day, and all I have time to do is say hi, you know, but maybe my nephew is, you know, like not patient with me, so I don't have a lot of time to engage you and all of that. Now, honestly speaking, how will you feel in that scenario? Will you not feel like maybe I have failed you? And why would you feel that way? Yes, sometimes you feel that way because, like I said, people do tend to get entitled. But I think secondly, it's because of what we are selling to you. And I'm saying it's I don't think everybody's conscious of this, that sometimes we are selling a false sense of community. I'll give another example of myself. So I follow a lot of channels, and there's those that I regard my faves, you know. And what's so nice is actually following a channel and really liking this person on their YouTube channel and meeting them. I met Clarissa from Coffee No Milk, and she's absolutely lovely, and that's so nice because she looks nice. Like, it looks like she's nice on her videos, but when I met her, I was actually trying to just say a quick hi, and she was like, no, let's talk, you know. Well, she did have a little bit of time, you know, and we were chatting away, and it was so nice to actually meet this person. And I don't know, for me, it now gives me the impression that when she says hi bestie, even in her videos, now I really feel like a bestie, because when I met her, that's exactly how she treated me. But like I said, it might have been that day in that context and all of that, so I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could have a different experience, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. So anyways, there's this and most of them I will at some point DM them, you know, because I follow them on Instagram as well. So, you know, when they put up their stories or whatever, I like engaging them. And most of them are so nice, guys, even in their DMs, in my experience, right? But now here's the story. This particular one. I DM'd her the first time, did not respond. Okay, cool. The second time, did not respond. Okay, you know. The third time, guys, I was like, this person is not nice. These are the thoughts in my mind, and I'm being completely honest. That's what went through my mind. But then I had to sit back and say to myself, wait a minute, where does she say that she's going to respond to all the DMs? You see, I now sat down with myself and saw that I was being entitled to her responding to me because she has a life, she has things to do, you know. And as much as that it still kind of makes me feel a little sad that she keeps ignoring my DMs, and maybe that's not even what's happening. Maybe she's not ignoring them, maybe she just does not have time. But I don't know if you see where I'm going with this, in that somewhat I feel that because we are a community, there's a sense of we are friends, but we actually are not. I really hope that you're getting where I'm going with this. And like I'm saying, I don't think that people do it deliberately, but that's just something that does happen. And maybe you have a similar story where you feel like, you know, you were kind of sold something without realizing it. Like I'm saying, it's so subtle that we don't realize it. And, you know, sometimes it's not what it is, you know, because I don't know, I think it goes along with the, I don't want to say fakeness, but I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what this whole thing kind of is about, you know. People will say things to get more subscribers, and, you know, they will sometimes even, you know, dilute their values because, you know, if a certain segment or a certain a group of subscribers don't like that thing, then those people will stop talking about it. And I think that's one of like the things that I keep constantly thinking about, is how to remain authentic. And that's why on my channel you'll never hear me say things such as tell me what to do. I'll tell you please engage me, but I never ask you to tell me what to do, because I feel that I won't be able to maintain that. That's just a personal thing. I feel that I won't be able to maintain that, or I won't be able to meet your requirements. You know, even now I might not meet everybody's requirements, but what I'm not trying to do is give you sort of this, okay, here's a blank canvas, tell me everything that you want and I'm going to deliver on it. Because I feel that that's dangerous, and that is what forms a part of, you know, that false sense of community that, oh, I care about what you guys want to see. And you find that as a small YouTuber, I do all of those things, and then I get to 100K and then I'm like, I don't even care about that anymore. Right? Because I've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen it too, a lot of YouTube channels, and I understand that people evolve and change over the years, but they started somewhere and they were doing a particular thing, and then after a while it changes, and I don't know, sometimes I can't help but feel that it's now their authentic self that we are seeing, because now they've reached the goals. So and it's impossible to try and please 100,000 people, you see. So that's my thing, is that, you know, I can try and please 80 people, and can try, but it's going to be very difficult to try and please 8,000 people or 80,000 people. So that's why I'm not even trying to start on that, and I'm not trying to, you know, like manipulate you into feeling like, you know, I don't know, there's something here. You do matter to me. Don't get me wrong, you do matter to me. And I always say this in each and every video, that I appreciate you taking your time to watch this and to subscribe. And if you listen to me carefully, I try my best to not even manipulate you, even in the subscribing. That's what you'll see on this channel, is that I'm not trying to, you know, trick you. You know, I'm really just wanting to be authentic, and I want you to feel that if you are aligning with some of the things on this channel, we don't even have to agree, but if you like listening to my point of view, and by the way, you always can feel free to, you know, share your point of view, even if it's contrary to what I believe, that is absolutely fine. You just know how to do it. I'm sure I've made that very clear, that we treat each other with kindness on this channel. But what I don't want you to feel is that you are being manipulated, or that you are being sold something that I cannot deliver on. I hope I've made sense. And just to try and avoid to make this super long, I could go on and on and on about this topic, but yeah, that's just like sort of my unpopular opinion about social media, in particular YouTube and YouTube channels, and the selling of the community that doesn't really exist. I wish I had time to talk about how even in our personal lives, for example, on WhatsApp, there's this false sense of, I've got people, but if you're not posting anything, then nobody's even reaching out to you to say, hey, what's happening? It almost seems like only if you're posting that, oh, I hurt my knee, then people are like, oh, what happened? Or, but do they really even care? Because if I don't post that I hurt myself, or something happened to me, then nobody says anything, and then it just starts to make you wonder that, do these people even really care, or do they only care if I give them the information? Anyways, guys, I do hope that this was informative. Do let me know what you think. What are your views? Did you notice this, or do you feel like now you're gonna start noticing this? How do you feel about that? Is that something that, is it a good thing? Do you think it can't be avoidable? It does happen? What do you think about it? I'd love to hear from you. But thank you so much for watching, especially until this point. I really appreciate it. Please do take care. Until next time, love and light to you all.